Okay, so welcome everybody, and thanks for being on this call. I know that a lot of you are busy with your lives and you took time out of your evening to come and join us. And I hope you have your glass of wine. Raise it if you do. Yes? Sweet. Okay, I'm drinking water. Very exciting stuff, but I should be drinking wine. Good job. Good job. Okay, so I've got someone else on here. I'm going to, I can't. Yes, I can. Okay. All right, so yeah, I've got some fabulous coaches that are joining me tonight and that are going to share a little bit about themselves. And first I'm going to start with me. And because I'm kind of the one that put this whole thing into cahoots, so and I brought them along with me. So we are going to have a little question and answer at the end if there are questions, or you can talk to the coach that invited you here, and you can bring all the questions that you want to them. So my name is Wendy Kennedy, and I'm a 4-star Diamond Premier Coach, so that's cool. That makes my team Subject to Fire a premier team, so very proud of them. A little bit of background on me. I am married. I'm married to a great guy, and we have been married for almost 28 years, and his name is Scott. He's one of my Diamond coaches. I have 2 kids, Lauren and Morgan. Lauren is 26 and Morgan is 20. I have a grandson, Jude. Yes, I'm a grandma. Scary, I know, but I am. He's 1.5 years old. I think his birthday's in October, so do the math there. So I am a full-time Beachbody coach. I've been a full-time coach for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in May, but I have been a coach for over 3 years. And right from like the day that this opportunity came to Canada, I have been a coach. So it's been 3+ years of some pretty awesome stuff. So some of my favorite programs, if you're familiar with the programs that we offer, some of my favorite programs are, first off, Body Beast, because if it's lifting, I love it. PiYo, which is totally out of my wheelhouse, but I love it. And I'm also a PiYo instructor, and I teach here in town at the local gym. I love P90X. I think that one is my wheelhouse program, and I always say that. I love Tony. We're like BFFs. If you saw my profile picture from a couple weeks ago, oh yeah. BFFs, baby. Hammer and Chisel, I love, and Size. I'm also a certified instructor for Size. I love that program. You do not have to know how to dance to do it. You just do it, and it's fun, and you sweat your butt off, and you have a blast. So a little bit about how I started here. I started as a customer, and I was trying to do the math. I think it's like 8 years ago. I started as a customer, just like a lot of you. And I started with a program called Chalene Extreme, and that made me grow to love every single thing that Beachbody had to offer. And I didn't even know what Beachbody was back then. I listened to the programs. If you go back and watch this Chalene Extreme, you'll see like that it was in the earlier programs that Beachbody, had released. And it's really kind of funny, but the one thing that has not changed over the years with Beachbody is how awesome and incredible the trainers are. Like Chalene Johnson, she is the trainer that's in Chalene Extreme. She was such a motivator, and I honestly, back then, I was mentally in just kind of a crappy place in my life, and I pushed play every single day. And I showed up, and I changed my body. And I don't have any really huge impactful weight loss story or anything like that, but I did change my body. I grew some muscles back, and the muscle that I think that I grew the most was the one that's between my ears. And I always say that that's part of my story, because that's what changed the most in me is my mentality and how I thought about things when my feet hit the floor in the morning. And it was because of her. And I love that woman. Like, she is totally my mentor now, and I love what she did for me, and I'm so thankful because it changed my life. And she told me, you know, Wendy, she didn't say Wendy, but in my mind, she was saying Wendy. She's like, you can do this. You are stronger than you think. And I'm like, okay, I can. I am, right? So I did the program and I finished it and I loved it so much. It was 3 months long. I loved it so much. I did it again. So 6 months of like a real mind shift. And I loved it so much that I decided that I needed to do this and to pay it forward. And I also had committed to Shakeology at the time. And I have a little story about that too. I saw Shakeology on the counter at a friend's house, and I picked up the bag and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, well, this is pretty impressive, right? And so I asked her, like, how much is it? She told me. I'm like, no, there's no way. And then I'm spending that money on this bag of stuff. So I went home and I started looking at my supplements and things that I had on my counter and things that I was taking every day. And I'm like, okay, well, this is in Shakeology and that's in Shakeology and this is in Shakeology. It's like I was paying more for the supplements I was taking individually than what I was paying for what was already included in that bag of Shakeology. And so I decided, okay, let's give it a go. So I ordered it and it came, and that was back, like that was 7 years ago. Shakeology is celebrating its 7-year anniversary this year. And that was 7 years ago, and it came. So I ordered chocolate, and I mixed it up, and I'm like, this is going to be like awesome. I freaking love this. And I mixed it up, and like, okay, I just don't like this. I don't think I can drink it. I have a whole bag that costs like a crap ton of money. I don't like it. And back then, it's true. I'm that person. I'm that customer. Yeah. So back then, the formula was different than it is now. They reformulated back a few years ago. Back then, it tasted like you could predominantly taste the wheatgrass. I felt like I was out like mowing the lawn with my teeth with a little hint of chocolate. So that's what I felt like it was. And then I didn't have it. I put it away. It's like, oh, I can't do this. Like, ooh, baby. So then I'm thinking, it's like, okay, I can do this. I can find a way to love it. So I did. And I played around with it. I mixed it about 20 different ways. I'm not kidding. I blended it with everything ingredient imaginable to come up with something that worked for me. And I did, and I loved it. And I got addicted to it. And then they changed the formula. And then it took me a little while to get used to the new one, because I got used to the, mowing the lawn flavor, and I liked it. But then they eliminated that flavor and made it more chocolate, and it's delicious, and it's a huge part of my life. So that's part of my Shakeology story. I just had to add that. So yeah, so after I had been part of this program, I decided that I needed to pay it forward. So I jumped in, guns a-blazing, and I did this. So, and the funny thing is, like my husband, he's like, oh, like whatever you want to do, Wendy, it's fine, right? He was okay with me doing it, but he wasn't super excited. Like he wasn't doing leaps and bounds like I was, because I was like, hallelujah, this is awesome, this is wonderful, I am inspired to do this, but he wasn't as thrilled. But honestly, as time went on, like as the weeks went on, he saw my paychecks. And I was making paycheck right from week one, because like I said, I jumped in and I was guns blazing. So he was looking at the paychecks and he's like, oh, like this little thing is kind of something, right? And he saw that it was making a difference. And I literally got my investment, into coaching. I signed up as a coach with a challenge pack, which is a program plus Shakeology. That was $140. And I got Les Mills Pump and Chocolate Shakeology, and I had that money back like within the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So he saw that this was making an impact in our lives. And as the weeks went by and as the months went by, it was making, like those little paychecks were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was making not just a little impact in our lives financially, like it was making a huge impact. Like it was paying for groceries, and it was paying the bills, and it was paying the car payments, and then it was paying mortgage payments, and it was paying, like some big things. And we're like, wow, right? That's pretty incredible. So also something that you should know is that for 15 years, both my husband and I worked away from home. And I traveled. I was a road warrior. He was away full time. Like, he has been home for like 4 or 5 weeks out of the year for the past 14, 15 years. A few little, one-offs more than that, but on average. Me, I was a road warrior, so I was all over, but back in Nova Scotia, all over the province there, here in Alberta, all over the province. So we missed a lot. We missed a lot. He missed most of what happened in our kids' lives. It sucks. It really sucks. And I missed a lot because my kids were with my family and friends, and I was traveling, and it really, really sucked. So we looked at this as the thing that could change that and could make a huge difference in our lives. And right now, the really cool thing is right now, we're working on bringing Scott home this year. So that blows my mind to even say that, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to stop talking, and I am going to, who am I going to pick on first? I've got, like I said, some fabulous coaches here that they're going to just introduce themselves and tell you guys a little bit about themselves. So I'm going to start with Erin, just because she's drinking wine and feeling all zippy. So you can unmute yourself there, Erin, and you can just introduce yourself and say hi and tell us a little bit about you and coaching.
Well, I haven't drank enough to be zippy yet, but I did bring my friend. See?
Oh, you've got it covered.
I totally have it covered. I had a really long day today, so glass of wine in my hand makes me happy. So about me, I am a self-employed mother of 2. I have a daughter who's going to turn 6 and another one that just turned 3. I have been self-employed as a registered massage therapist since I was 21 years old. So how old am I? A long time, put it that way. And I also took on a new job the last 2 years at a legal clinic as a project assistant. So I'm strapped to a desk with that job 4 days a week now. I am busy, basically, and most of us are. And I took time out to go to the gym for me. That was my social time. That was time just to get out of the house and get my workout in, and time that made me feel really good. And as my kids grew and as jobs changed and my husband is now working 7 on, 7 off, I needed a change, and I wasn't in a great place at the time when I started this. He was actually not working, and life was just kind of getting shitty, basically. But I was kind of following a friend on Facebook who had gotten into some of these programs, and I know I usually make a change in the summer, and I thought, you know what, now's the best time to do it. So I messaged her, and I decided to try the Shakeology as well, and I got the 21-Day Fix Extreme program. And I tried the Shakeology, same as Wendy, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I actually messaged my coach and told her that there was just no way I'm going to send it back. Like, it's gross. And she just said, try to mix it up a couple different ways, give it a shot, and try it a few different ways. There's a bottom of the bag guarantee. Like, what do you have to lose? So I did, and I have a coffee shake every morning. My nails are stronger, my hair is better, my guts are better. It's done a lot for me. It makes me feel good, and I never, ever thought that I would be drinking a shake every day in one form or another, because now I have about 4 flavors upstairs. I'm a little bit of an addict. And so far I haven't mixed it with wine, so we're okay there. So yeah, I fell in love with the 21 Day Extreme program, and I did about 3 rounds of that. And I showed up every day, and I learned so much from all the challenge groups and the coaches in the groups and other participants in the groups. I gained major self-confidence. I changed my body. After a few rounds, I'd lost 7.5 inches and about 12 pounds. And I decided that the coaching opportunity was the way to go from there. I get a discount, which was huge, and I got to start helping people. And some of the people that have been part of my life and let me be part of their journey has made a huge impact on my life. Absolutely massive. And I could just burst out into tears talking about some of them. So I'm not going to go there. It's made a huge difference in my life, and I'm really, really proud to be a Beachbody coach.
Well, thank you. I love that. I love that story. And yeah, like I totally get the whole tears thing. I mean, you guys have seen me cry how many times? It's like every week Wendy's crying. But it's true. Like it impacts you in ways that you never imagined that anything could. And it's pretty wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate that, Erin. Cheers, sister. Okay, so I'm going down to Andrea now, and she's going to introduce herself and chat for a little, and I'm going to mute myself here again.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I am 45. I am the mother of one amazing 25-year-old young man. I am married. Funny story, my husband and I were together for 21 years, actually finally tied the knot. Had to make sure he was a keeper first. So I've actually only been married for 1.5 years out of all those years. I am a registered insurance broker, but I've only been doing that for about 3 years now. Before that, I had a very active job. I was a manager at a Safeway gas bar actually for 13 years, where I ran my butt off all day, every day. I've always been fairly active. I was an athlete as a child, but it's always been kind of stops and starts for me, spurts. You know, I had a child young, so that took all of my focus. A lot of the focus went off me and onto him. I was a busy hockey mom for many, many, many years, which I dearly miss. And Beachbody came into my life at a time where I was in a major funk. I was in a major funk mentally and physically. I had completely fallen out of love with the gym. I used to go there religiously. I did training. I did a couple of fitness competitions. I ran some half marathons. You know, I was like a challenge, but I was at a real funk. And I physically couldn't bring myself to walk in the door of the gym anymore. I would drive by it every day after work, and I just couldn't go there. It just had lost all its luster for me, and I don't know what it was. And at the same time, I had started a desk job, and I'm getting older, so we know what happens there, right? The body changes. I've never really been overweight, but I was unhealthy. And I was soft and I was out of shape, truth be told, and I really can't handle that mentally. It's hard on me mentally. So I knew what Beachbody was kind of in the back of my mind, because when I was training, I had to do AbRipper X as part of my training. And if anybody's done P90X, you know what that lovely workout is all about. So I'd heard about it, but I didn't really know what the heck it was. And I honestly did not put a whole lot of stock in at-home fitness. I didn't believe in it. I didn't honestly think it could change the body physically. So it was just by happenstance I came across the 21 Day Fix Extreme was my first program, and I bought the challenge pack as well with the Shakeology, the chocolate. And I too did not like it. It's not like it didn't like the taste. It did some funky stuff to my digestive system, and it's probably because my body was not used to getting all the good stuff, so it was kind of in shock a little bit. So I thought, I started with a half a scoop, and you really couldn't be around me very long after I drank it, because it was kind of nasty, not gonna lie. But you know what? It was only a few weeks before that finally evened itself out. And the taste, I was okay with the taste. I ordered chocolate. I have since tried all the flavors, and I think I like them all. Vanilla is my least favorite, but it has done some amazing things for my health. Joint pain that's disappeared. As a former gymnast, I suffered immensely with joint pain. It has pretty much disappeared. I can run now. I can work out without, dying. Stronger nails, like Aaron said, clear skin. My hair grows ridiculously fast, which my hairdresser loves. I not so much. Let's go back. I'm kind of a rambler and I apologize. But I was also, I'm also not a self-motivator. So I did the 21 Day Fix Extreme in a challenge group. And it was like, wham. Okay, this is what I need. I need somebody other than myself to spur me on and keep me accountable. And that did it. I'm also very competitive. So I like to, that keeps me going, that little bit of competitive edge. So having to check in a group every day and knowing somebody else was checking on me kept me on track. I had amazing results that I never ever expected with 30 minutes a day, 21 days, seriously, 9 pounds, 11 inches, and I was sold. I was sold. Never ever crossed my mind to be a coach, actually. I had tried the multi-level marketing in the past, failed miserably. But you know what? I always liked the idea. I liked the idea of being my own boss and earning my own money and me making the choices on what I want to do. So when Wendy approached me about it, I thought, I was scared, but then I thought, okay, what the hell? I mean, what's one more kick at the cat, right? But this time was so different because it was something I love. Fitness I've always loved. And people have always kind of come to me looking for fitness advice in the past. I never knew what to tell them. I didn't have the tools. I didn't have anything to tell them. Now I felt that I did. This gave me that opportunity. And I was going to kind of ease into this. I told Wendy, okay, well, I'll sign up, but I'm going to just kind of, sit back for a month or two and see how it goes. Yeah, that didn't happen. I hit the ground running as well. And it's the greatest thing I've ever done. My husband, once again, not supportive because he'd seen me come and go in many opportunities. I shouldn't say he wasn't supportive, but he wasn't all that excited. So he got the eye roll. I got the eye roll, and you go ahead, honey. You go ahead. We'll see in 2 months if you're still doing this. Well, a year later, I am still here. When I showed him my T4 from last year, he was pretty flabbergasted. So I am still here and I'm loving it. The people that I've been able to help, like Wendy and Aaron said, the people that have allowed me to be a part of their journey it's absolutely life-changing. As well as the community of coaches on this team that I now get to be a part of and get to call my family is like nothing I've ever experienced. It felt like I've found my home here, and I just can't wait to quit my day job and do this full time. So anyway, I've done this for a year. I think I'm on my 7th or 8th program this year. That's also a game changer for me because I get bored really, really fast, which is why the gym just doesn't do it for me. I can go to program to program to program to program to program. It's different. It's different every day. It's different every month, every week, and it keeps me engaged. It keeps me accountable, and I feel great. And yeah, I think that's enough for me.
Oh, that's awesome! I love that, Aaron. Andrea, I'm looking at Aaron saying Andrea. I have to jump in because when I approached you about coaching, you actually said, I could probably find it if I scrolled back for decades, but you actually said, oh, no, I'm pretty sure I don't think I'm interested in being a coach. That was your reply. And then it wasn't 24 hours. It might have been 12 hours. I think I messaged you in the morning, like that night you messaged me back and you're like, okay, I've been thinking. And you said, I can't stop thinking about it. So I'm like, yes, I knew that you'd be perfect. So I'm so excited and so happy that you made that choice. Okay, so thank you so much, ladies. I loved your stories, and thank you for sharing with everybody here. I've got a few more things to cover here, just kind of like the stuff that I know that you guys are going to want to know about coaching, and I'm going to break that down for you. So, you know, how we work and how we get there as coaches, I'm going to kind of cover that off a little bit. And just to lay it out for you, because I have to, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. That is definitely based on what you put into it, what you're going to see for your results. So just like a fitness program. Mind blown yet? Yeah, I know. All right. And you know, the fact of the matter is, like, a lot of people will jump into this and think it is a get rich quick scheme. And I can just be the first to raise my hand and tell you, no, that's not how it is at all. It is dependent on the hard work that you put in and what you do daily in this business. So first off, let's talk about what kind of coach you are or that you would want to be. So there's three kinds of coaches. There is the discount coach, there is the hobby coach, and then there's the all-in coach. That's me, that's us, that's here. So the discount coach is the person that comes on board that wants to be a coach just to take advantage of the discount. And as a coach, we get 25% off all the products and programs, 25% off Shakeology. It's pretty impactful, right? So that is the discount coach. The hobby coach is the person that comes on board that kind of wants to just like dabble, dip their feet in the pool for a little bit and maybe sell a program or two to some friends or family. So not really like hardcore. Then there is the all-in coach like me who is ready, like so ready to make changes in their lives and they want something different than they've had before. So that's the all-in coach. So what exactly is a coach and how do we help people? So we as coaches, first off, we set people up with an at-home fitness program. And for the record, we are, and this is something that we are so proud of, we are the #1 at-home fitness program company like ever, that ever existed. So yeah, buddy, we rock. And, you know, we have so many awesome programs and just so many things to offer. If you've gone to our website and you've looked at what we have to offer, it will make your head spin. And it is always growing and changing. There's a new program coming in the summer, and there's another one coming after that, which I already kind of know a little bit about, but it's like, this is the kind of company we are. We're always on the edge of what's hot and trying to keep people's interest in fitness and growing and changing with the times. You know, along with that, we offer meal plans and then our supplementation in Shakeology, which is mind-blowing and life-changing. And as coaches, it is our job to walk the walk. Like, we can talk the talk, but we have to actually be walking the walk, you know, every single day and focusing on our journey as well as helping others get started on theirs. So that's basically what we're doing here as coaches. Water break. So one thing we do is we use social media as, you know, a way to help with that. And we really focus on sharing versus selling. So there are lots of companies out there that just do straight up sales pitches, and you've seen them in your Facebook feed. And I'm not disrespecting that. That's just how they do it, right? But we don't do that. We don't do pitches. We tell our stories and we share our stories about us like we're people and it's real, right? That's so impactful. it just like freaks me out. It's so impactful because I've watched it, right? Before I was a coach, I watched it. And we just want you, if you decide that you're going to be a coach, we just want you to do the same, like share your journey. And that's it in a nutshell. And it is about being willing to start and do the work right alongside your challengers. It's awesome. It's awesome to do a program with your challengers. It's like so incredible. And being in these groups that we host, it not only helps you grow as a person, but it helps your challengers grow as a person as well. And I'll tell you one thing that we are not, like we're not fitness experts. We're not nutritionists. We're not trainers on the average. Having said that, there are some that cover, off those bases, but on average, we're not any of those things. But what we are cheerleaders and we're motivators, and that is our job. It's a sweet job. And we do this all on Facebook in private groups. So everything is, just takes place within these groups, not for the public eye. It keeps us, why do we do this? Like, why do we use these groups? Well, it keeps us all in one spot, easier to track. It builds trust with our clients and our challengers. It keeps them motivated, and it keeps them accountable. So let's talk about social media here for a minute. This is where the game changer comes in. Like, social media is a huge game changer in what we do in our business. And you might ask, like, okay, so I live in a small town. How's this going to work? Like, I know 3 people in this town. So I'm here to dispel that myth. I also live in a 1-horse town. There's 1 horse. I saw it earlier today. 1 horse. There's 1 stoplight. Like, this is the smallest town on the map. Trust me. Bow Island, Alberta. I live here and it works. I'm just going to say, trust me when I say it works. Fun fact, another top coach also lives 2 minutes from me in this 1-horse town. I saw her riding the horse earlier. That was her. But yeah, it's just, there goes Tina. So it's proof that, don't think you won't be successful because of that. You don't have to know everybody in the town, and your business isn't reliant on where you live, like at all. You might have a few customers or a few friends locally, but your business is not going to be built from where you live. And, like I said, what sets us apart from our other companies is that we are focused on sharing our journey. And the whole social media thing, I know for a lot of people, I know because I've kind of walked a lot of my coaches through it, like it's new. They're not used to talking about and sharing on social media, and it is a learning curve for some people. Some people, it comes naturally to just talk and share. But when you learn it and you're willing to learn it, it is so worth it. And, you're sharing your journey and you're building trust. Is that basically what you're doing at the end of the day? And, we're always, I know that I'm this, like I'm guilty of this, not guilty, but I do this. You guys do this too. We're always sharing and talking about stuff that we love. Like if you get a new pair of jeans and they fit your booty great, like you're going to say, I found the perfect pair of jeans to fit the booty, and you're telling the whole world about it, right? Hashtag fit girl problems. If you go to the movies and you saw a movie that was fabulous and you're like, I cried like a baby and went through a box of Kleenex, you tell the whole world because it impacted your life. Kitchen gadgets, restaurants, whatever, like you share all that good stuff, right? And that's what you're doing with this, is you're sharing what you're passionate about, sharing what you love, and people will show interest in that because you're passionate about it, and that shines through. Like that is the kicker for me, is just being like loving what I do so much, and it's not a problem to share that at all. And another thing that we do is we focus on expanding our networks. This is a network marketing business, and we will be focusing on that and expanding your own networks too. So, that's the point where it comes into, okay, let's start connecting with people maybe that I haven't chatted with for a long time. Let's reconnect with some people from high school, or just touch base with people who have similar interests. And you don't need to know how to do this right out the gate, but it's something that you're going to learn as you come into coaching. And it's pretty fun to, constantly be adding new people into your lives. I love that part. So this is the big one. This is the big kahuna. We want you to be the best you possible. So our company focuses a lot on personal development. And we not only want you to be physically in shape. How awesome is that? Like, to be in better shape physically, but we want you to be mentally in shape as well. And we ask that you make personal development a must, like non-negotiable every single day, because this is going to help you most in this business. Everybody that's here will attest to that. Personal development will help you most in this business. And, not just in this business, but in life, it helps you better to cope with life, because life isn't rainbows and unicorns. Like, it's not. There are days that are rainbows and unicorns and Skittles, but there are days that are not so savory. And the more your head is wrapped around dealing with life, the easier it's going to be to get through the obstacles, because there's going to be obstacles in this business as well as life. There's going to be challenges. There are going to be myths that need to be dispelled and objections and stuff like that in life as well as in business. This helps you with it, and that's why we think it's so important. So let's get to the fun stuff. How do we earn money as coaches? Because that's what everybody wants to know, right? So there's actually a ton of ways, but I'm going to touch on the main ones just because your head's going to blow off your shoulders with all the information. So once again, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. Just going to throw that out there. But the first goal as an active business builder, that's like someone who comes in, wants to jump in, running out the gate flying, right? So the first goal as an active business builder is to help 3 people get started in their journey. And this is a goal that I share with every single person that wants to join my team as a coach. And it is, what you're doing is you're setting these people up, but when you do that, we as coaches get commissions on what we set them up with. So based on the challenge pack that they purchase, we get, no problem, Aaron, we get anywhere between $40 and $100, all right, commission. That's just kind of a baseline on the commission end of it. So the second goal is to build a team. If you come into this and you want to build a thriving business, this is where you're going to see your income potential just like blow through the roof, right? It's going to skyrocket. And this isn't going to make sense, but I have to say it. I'm going to say it anyway. With building your team, you will be able to cash in on something called team cycle bonus rounds. So when your team starts helping more people, it builds volume. And that will help you grow your income. And like I said, it's confusing. You don't need to know all the fine, details, but you will learn it in our new coach training, and you'll learn it as your business grows, and you'll learn it when you need to learn it and not before, because it is sometimes system overload. So the last thing that I want to talk about is how to enroll. So you are going to sign up with the person who referred you to this call, and they will provide you with a link, or they will help you sign up physically. So there are a few options, and the only one that I really recommend to my people is this one that I'm going to discuss here, because it is hands down the best value. Runny nose, sorry. It's the best value, the best bang for your buck as a new coach. You get set up with over 15 full programs, all the meal plans, all the nutrition and workout guides right out the gate. You get set up with Shakeology. You also get 1 physical copy of a program of your choice. All right? That's a lot. And the prices for this for this bundled pack is $140 USD, which translates to 164 Canadian, and they go up from there, all right? Then every month as a coach, you have a $15.99 monthly coaching fee, and that starts on month 2. it's such a small amount of a fee that we have to pay. So it's pretty, but it's amazing what we get, you know, the bang that we get for a buck on that as well. So another thing I want you to really think about and consider here is, so, okay, I signed up as a coach. What then? I have no clue what I'm doing. Well, of course you don't, but that's where we're here to help you, right? We've got team trainings, new coach trainings, and the really cool thing is every single month we do a team challenge. We have our next one starting on Monday here. So as a new coach, you come in and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing here, but you can help people and you can plug them into the group that we're hosting, and you don't need to know it. You can just come in and you can see how we run it, and then for the next time we do it next month, you'll already kind of have the gist of what we do. So it's really great for you as a new coach to have this access, I guess we'll say. So just to finish up, if you join this team, trust me, you're going to be in great hands. You're going to be joining one of the top teams in this company, which is something that I'm super proud of. And we've got incredible new coach training and other trainings. We have some of the best coaches this company has to offer. And yeah, if you decide that this is for you, we will welcome you and roll out the red carpet. So that's basically it in a nutshell. If you have questions, you can definitely speak to the coach that invited you here. And trust me, like I said before, whatever question you have, we've already heard it. You can't bring us a question that we haven't heard. So don't think it's crazy. Don't be shy. Just come and ask us, and we will be more than happy to help you out here and answering those. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you coming on. And yeah, that's that. See you next time.